young, like, for the most part, chicken and cattle are killed relatively young in their life.
That's not true. Hey, the Goofy Fella Podcast, episode 6. Welcome back, valued viewers. I'm joined today with two guests, as I do. One of them is Matt.
Hello.
Once again, Matt has given us zero feedback to his introduction, as he does.
Yeah, that is me. Thank you.
And then our next guest is a new guest that we haven't had. His name is Steve Balls.
I'd like to change my name to Doug.
Doug Balls.
Dimmadome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doug Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome. He would
And our great guest here, Matt, has just talked about how the homeless crisis, homeless people should just go hunt turkeys.
Yeah.
What?
He
That's
said.
not what I said.
What? No.
I mean, what was that? Was the main point, was it not, Matt?
No.
No, his main point was the
My
homeless.
point was you don't eat wild turkeys.
The homeless should go buy a home. Was his main
most
point.
like suburban wild turkeys out in like Boston, for example, or something. I don't know what I'm talking
There
about.
are turkeys all over this side of the fucking state.
Right, but you don't want to eat
There's
like
a lot of
super
turkey.
old animals, right? Like the more old and wild animals are,
have
like
you
you
ever
don't know
had a
what they're
turkey?
feeding upon. Like
I just want to
they're
reiterate the fact
pretty
that
gamey.
I am where I am. There's turkeys. There's turkeys in Florida. There's turkeys in Boston. There's turkeys in South Carolina. There's turkeys all over the fucking east side of the United States.
You are a turkey.
Let me give a little background information on our guest today, Matt. Doug Dimmadome is he works at a zoo. He's a zookeeper. Went to school for it. He's a world-renowned zookeeper at an unnamed zoo.
We should say it as much as possible,
So
so Jake has to edit.
I'm not editing anything, so if you say it,
Oh.
he's just gonna be pissed. So don't say it.
It's a pretty big risk here, Charlie.
God damn it. He's already ruined it. Matt has no accomplishments I can personally think of for me to.
He married rich. That's
Oh,
right.
that's true. He's
lived in the house.
Matt's really good at marrying.
I got lucky, I would say.
Matt's probably the best Flappy Bird player I know, personally, and piano tiles. I would
hold on,
go.
what about Smash Bros? I literally own this Zookeeper's
shot.
GameCube.
Well,
Yeah,
that's because
that
he
is-
played him, not me.
That is accurate.
Is it?
I can
better
also
than you.
speak
Is it
for
a fact or is it not a
I'm the
fact that
king.
I beat you with Luigi?
No way.
What
Not
do you
my
mean,
prime.
no way? I
way,
beat
not my
you,
prime.
Luigi
What do you mean,
versus
no
Luigi.
way?
Not my prime.
I don't.
my
I-
prime?
Prime.
In your prime, I didn't
Yeah,
try.
man.
I didn't try and face you, and then I'm in my prime now. So if you can't keep up, that's your business.
What? I don't have a GameCube. I let
How-
Charlie keep
You
his.
well, that's very kind of you.
Let the record show that Matt did beat the shit out of me with Luigi.
Yeah, Matt's probably
That is
top.
unfortunate.
I beat him like later in life.
Listen, I may
There was
not
a
be
good
the
2-year
best.
period when Matt whooped my ass every day.
Matt's
Listen,
probably
there
top
was a
3
time where
Luigi
I was
players.
on top of my game. I was like on crack, dude.
Mhm. You were cracked out, and then later in life, I did beat the shit out of you, but you were not cracked out. Sad to say.
And
You
I
were
just
not
wasn't.
cracked at
I
Luigi.
lost it. I didn't have. I didn't have that practice like we did back in the day, where we would just
Just play Super
Every
Smash
single
Bros.
day.
we just played Super Smash Bros.
We would play Super Smash Bros. To settle anything. Any argument we had, any task that had to be done, it would be settled on Smash Bros.
See, I think I know what Jake wants to talk
Make it
about.
clear
but
with
instead
Smash
I'm
Bros.
just gonna
Melee,
ignore
let's make that
and just
clear.
move on.
I have no topics I want to talk about. I have a few articles pulled up we could talk about, but
The only topic I want to
No.
talk about is Hot Topic. You know
Hot
what I'm
Topic. Yeah, when was the last time you went into Hot Topic?
saying?
I think last month.
I tried to buy, maybe a year ago, I tried to buy a new belt. They had the seatbelt belts.
They had
there, but I
seatbelt
couldn't
belts. Those are nice. It's so
Ooh.
bulky and heavy. They
I buy occasional shirts
seatbelt
over
belts
there,
were
right?
at the limit of like being
Or is
a,
it Spencer's?
being a hindrance on weighing your pants down. Like they did the opposite of what they were supposed to do, which is keep your pants up. they would weigh my pants down to the point where like I needed a belt for my seatbelt belt.
I feel like you just needed to make it tighter.
Or you need to get cheeked up, bitch.
I needed to get cheeked up.
Yeah, you need to get cheeked up.
I had no ass was my biggest problem. But now you boys cheeked up. Don't worry about it. We got... I don't know. He's already called you Charlie. I'm just going to call you Charlie.
Well, who cares?
We haven't connected you to any. No one listens. It's not a big deal. Charlie will later have a segment for us, a animal segment, which we're very excited for. Matt, while he's doing that, I want you to think of your segment and any topic you want to talk about. We won't fact check you, so you can talk about anything and we'll believe you.
Matt can talk about turkeys some more.
Yeah, turkeys. You can give us some more turkey info to the animal expert.
Right.
The only time I've ever been scared kayaking in Florida is when a turkey charged me.
I don't understand the argument. What are you saying? Like homeless people are going to starve because they don't want to eat turkeys because they're gross? Is that what you have going on?
Probably, yeah.
What do you mean probably? It's your opinion.
Like I'm of the opinion that like if you have no weapons,
It was more of a
turkey
question,
would
right?
win a fight.
A turkey would win in a fight. So
I believe
turkeys are a lot
goose
bigger than
would
you
win
think
in a
they
fight
are.
with me.
I'll give.
I believe that with bare hands, I do not think you could beat up a turkey.
Who is you?
Match.
Matt.
One match versus a turkey.
What about one Jake versus a turkey?
I don't know, man.
Okay, one Jake, but then you have insider turkey. You
Enough
have insider bird
fight
dog.
a turkey, I think.
I couldn't fight a turkey. I'd lose to a turkey.
It doesn't require bird knowledge. It just requires animal killing knowledge.
Dude, I've been attacked by those geese.
The geese,
Florida.
no, dude, geese.
No.
A geese would kill me. Charlie has a good goose story.
Oh man, I fought some geese over there, dude. Like we would go to take out the
Florida
trash. Them geese.
Yeah.
No, geese.
I had
geese
this
are
one
evil.
time. This one alpha male, dude, like went from the lake and like flew half a mile to come attack me with my bag of trash in my hand. I used it as a weapon, and he like backed off. But it was just kind of a terrifying experience having this.
Yeah, just imagine that,
big-ass
but like
bird flying.
double the size, and that's what a turkey does.
I would kill him. I'll strangle
What
him.
kind of ice cream are you throwing away? Fish ice cream?
They didn't want ice cream. They wanted blood.
They just wanted blood. I hate
Want
geese.
blood,
They're-
yeah,
Geese
we
are
looked
very
like
evil.
prey to them.
That's gigantic.
A turkey, though, I think I could take. I mean, it'd run. A turkey's not charging. And I don't know why a turkey charged you.
No, turkeys charge, dude. Turkeys do not fuck
Turkey would definitely
turkey
charge
charges
you, man.
me.
I don't know why
Easy
you had
one.
the assumption they
Easy
didn't
dub.
charge you.
Okay, but why
Are you walking us through this, Dub?
I'll walk you through it. Turkey
Walk
runs
us
at
through
me.
the dub.
I go and grab at its neck. I might miss, but as
What if it pecks your hand?
I've been pecked.
I mean-
I've been scratched.
Yeah.
I've broken multiple bones, smashed my fingers. I'll be good. Whatever it can deal out to me, this large bird, whatever it can deal out, I'm all right. I can make it through that. And as
You did
long
get
as
your hand smashed.
as long
that
as I
one
can
time.
get to its neck, and it may take a few grabs because I'm kind of uncoordinated, but once I do get its neck, it's over with.
I mean, yeah, Jake, you do have the right grind set on this.
It's a very small trachea, and it
You
can
just
be.
have to be willing to tank the hits,
It
but
can
I'm
be-
not.
yeah,
You
I'll
had to
take- I'll
snap
take the
its
hits.
neck, right?
I'm just going to get to its neck and break it any way I can. Because once its neck is broken, it's not focused on me anymore. It's focused on dying.
It's focused on I gotta retreat or I'm.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
Just gonna die.
It's just dead. But it's not going to be attacking me anymore.
Do you think?
It's gonna
Do you
be running
think
around.
animals realize that they're dying?
Yes.
Yeah, they realize pain, and they realize... I don't think they realize, oh my god, I should have prayed more. But I think they're like, something's wrong, pain, and they have those immediate reactions. I don't know what your question is. Wait, I know.
Are they even smart enough to know that they're
They-
about to die?
No. They understand pain, and they'll get
Right.
that. But if its neck's
Jake,
broken, it's
I know
not.
there's no fact checking. We get talking out your ass. I've seen some animals fucking give up and be like, I'm gonna just die.
Nah, I've seen like cheetahs chewing on the those antelopes' asses, and like
I'm
they're
sure they know
still
it's
fighting, dude.
painful. I'm sure, like,
They're
I
like,
know it's
ouchie, I gotta
painful and
get
they
out
have
of
that
here.
urge to fight the pain,
Yeah,
of
there's
course.
there's
But do
fight
they
or
know
flight
that at
instinct.
the end of the pain is death?
No.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked? No, I don't know.
Charlie
Maybe.
thinks that they know about death. Expand on your reasoning, Charlie.
How do when fucking anything knows that the end game is no more
Oh,
life?
no, I do actually. I've turned my opinion around because the two main instincts of any animal is self-preservation, which has to be an understanding of death. Because if you're willing to preserve your life, you have to be willing to understand the opposite of that, which is death. So,
Every single, I mean, if animals didn't know about death, they wouldn't run from a predator. There's a lot of predators that kill you without you feeling much pain at all. If you just run from pain, you wouldn't
But
hurt.
would this just run the line of, is it just natural instinct that they're doing that, or
Nah,
do they actually
they're
understand?
trying to live.
yeah, they're trying to
Like
live, but I
like a
don't.
capybara in the Amazon. If it gets attacked by a jaguar, it won't see the jaguar until it's right on it, and the jaguar will kill it fairly instantly because they crush their brains and they crush their skull with their jaws. So it's gonna be dead in seconds. But every time that motherfucking capybara is walking around, he's looking for a jaguar.
Because he
It's
doesn't
not
want to
escaping
die.
pain. He
Yeah,
doesn't want to die.
he doesn't want to die. But I think Matt's question boils down to: is there a point where they are not accepting of death, but realizing I'm going to die, or is it just fight, 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 fight till the very end when they're dead?
I mean, given 10 seconds, I could pull up some
Nope, you
gruesome.
ain't pulling up shit.
I mean, I can. I can.
Matt, what was your connection to homeless people and the turkeys? Because I didn't catch that part of the conversation.
My connection to homeless people.
Yeah.
I have no
I
connection.
believe you were talking about hunting. The homeless people would eat a turkey.
Uh-huh.
No, I was just talking about, like, the fact that wild turkeys, you don't know what they're eating. I mean, you can guess what they're eating, but there's also a good chance that they're eating random shit. And the fact that they use their muscles way more than most animals that are held in captivity and bred to be eaten do. That they probably have a more gamier flavor than what you would find at your supermarket. That was the whole point.
Would
That they don't
you-
taste as good as supermarket, that the shit you would get at the supermarket.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless they're young. That's why, like, most animals that you find at, like, supermarkets and shit like that, they're killed at a pretty young age before they, from what I'm aware. I could be totally
I
wrong
mean,
on that.
you're right in the instance of turkeys. The captive turkeys are made to grow quick and die quick. Because if you have to grow a turkey for several years, there's several years where you're not making no money.
Yeah. And I have intel on that, and that's just chickens. I'm sure it's the exact same for turkeys, but we would grow a baby chicken to a full-grown chicken within 35 days, which is a little over a month. So I'm sure they do turkeys the exact same way. And it's
turkeys
just
are
it's just to
turkeys are
keep
very
up.
similar, just not as like they don't got it down as much. They have
I
a
heard
good
stories of
turkey
turkey
smell.
houses, and it was just horror stories. Is the only thing I've ever heard, and not
Yeah.
horror stories for the turkeys. No one cares about that, but like horror stories for the people who had to work in turkey houses. Apparently, it was very bad. Charlie, would you like to go into your spiel? We're very excited for it. The
You
viewers.
want to learn about a snake?
I will
Or-
learn about. I thought it was about a deer thing.
Nah, I don't want to talk about eating muntjac meat.
Oh, okay. I want to learn about the snake. I'm interested. Matt, are you interested?
I'm here.
He's here.
Native or non-native?
I prefer native because it hits closer to home.
Fair.
Venomous, non-venomous.
Venom is when they bite you, it kills you, right?
This is correct.
Okay,
And poisonous is the other way.
Poisonous
When you
is
bite it.
if you bite them, then you.
Yeah, a lot of people come in and they be talking, is that snake poisonous? I'm like,
Um,
only one species of snake is poisonous, bitch.
what snake is that?
There's the keelback snake. They eat a species of toad
What
that is highly poisonous. They eat the toad and then somehow they can produce that toad's venom and like put it on their skin. So they're the only poisonous species of snake.
So they're kind of like the sword of Gryffindor.
I don't understand that reference.
What
and I will
is there a misconception with the king snake? Because everyone I've ever heard says that we keep king snakes because they only eat snakes. Is that true?
That is not true. King snakes do eat primarily other snakes,
Okay.
but I mean, if you see a nice juicy rat, he ain't passing on that shit.
Is that the same thing with the only poisonous snake? Does he only eat those frogs? Like, what happens if he can't find
And he
that
just
frog?
mainly eats those toads.
Mainly eats those frogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Toads.
No snake in the world only eats one thing, besides maybe rainbow snakes and mud snakes.
What do they eat?
They eat primarily. Do you know what a siren is?
Yeah, it's a mythical woman that she yells at
you know-
pirates.
What else is the sirens? Are a species of
I believe it's a X-Men hero who
That-
has the ability to yell really loud.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
You could
'cause
look
I
it
don't
up
know.
real quick.
I will. I'm just gonna confirm it.
Just
you know?
kidding. You can't because there's no fact checking. All right, go ahead. What's a siren? I
A
apologize.
siren is a species of amphibian. Most of them live in the United States. They are long, slender things. They also eat amphuma, which are long, slender things, but these guys have legs.
Is it kind of like
Ooh.
a skink?
No,
Okay.
it's an amphibian.
And that's the only thing they eat.
Primarily, yes. They are very hard to keep mud snakes and rainbow snakes in captivity because they primarily hunt on amphuma and sirens, which are basically long, slender, slimy things that are very hard to like keep
Like a
and feed to your
worm.
pet snake. A worm, except like big diameter, like corn
It's a
cob diameter.
girthy worm.
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
basically like a cucumber with legs and a mouth.
A sea
That-
cucumber.
It would be easier if you looked up.
It's like
amphuma.
I'm not going to do that. It's like a sea cucumber, except it's on the land.
No, they are fully aquatic.
All right, I'll just put a picture of them right now so the viewer can see what an amphuma is.
Oh
And
yeah.
Look
mhm.
up
That's what it
three-toed
looks like.
amphuma.
All right, three-toed amphuma.
Yes, they have 3 toes.
Oh,
They're
it's
very
got
toe.
big balls too.
Yeah, it's
Where did
big.
those?
It is actually
Matt, what are you
lacking
doing?
in balls.
Oh.
Matt, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing currently?
He's pretending
Are we
to
not
be
looking at the
looking
same
at this
picture?
amphuma.
Oh, you're pretending to look at a picture. Okay, you're good.
But most
Come on, man.
the main point with all of this was most snakes do not only eat one thing.
No, the main point
In the same
was
way that you, as a human being, do not only eat one thing.
why I don't
When
claim
presented
to
with
have,
other things, you might potentially eat them.
I don't claim to have a main food source though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Matt claims.
But we're
to have-
omnivores. We have a little bit of a
Matt claims to have a main food source.
What do you
what's
say?
it, pussy?
It's cock.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He only eats cock.
All
That's
right.
different than pussy.
You
No,
honky.
come on, man. Not on the podcast. You can't say that word.
Oh,
No,
you
I think
can't.
the main point of that
Come
whole thing
on,
was
man.
you asked if I wanted to know about venomous or
I can-
non-venomous snakes.
And we're through the decision.
If I were to ask like a wide range of people and be like, which one would you rather learn about? I think they'd rather learn about venomous because they're more scared of that. It's
Yeah.
more of a
Well,
defensive thing.
here's the terrible truth, and hundreds of thousands of snakes die because no one knows this. Venomous snakes in the United States kill 4 people a year on
Mm,
average.
That's less than coconuts.
that's not that
That
bad.
is it is less than a lot of things.
Yeah.
Vending machines, lightning strikes,
Hippos.
bunch. Hippos, correct. It's way less than tigers and elephants.
It's less than COVID.
Well, yes,
Just
By-
kidding. COVID's not real.
by almost a million. It is less than COVID.
Okay.
Venomous snakes are not, especially the ones we have in the United States, are not incredibly dangerous.
Okay.
I would say of the venomous snakes in the whole of the United States, there are about 3 that are truly life-threatening. That being said, do you guys know which snake is the worst to get bitten by?
A water moccasin.
Whichever one bites you
Oh,
is the
that's
one that is
good. That
worst
was
to
a
get
trick
bitten.
question. You got me.
It was the old tricker.
It was a tricker,
But
you dumb
I would
bitch.
say there are 3 life-threatening snake bites in
Okay.
the United States. Prairie rattlesnake, Mojave. Where is Fallout?
The
Mojave.
Mojave, yeah.
The Mojave rattlesnake and the coral snake. Of those, prairie rattlesnakes can be very bitey, but as we've done a lot of research in rattlesnake bites, so there's very good anti-venom. Get to the hospital, you'll be fine in most every case.
I have a related question to this, and I don't want to forget it.
Go
Have you
ahead.
seen the movie Holes?
I have seen those at the movie
The
holes.
lizard, the yellow spotted lizard, is that a real lizard?
I
No.
would I would say to anyone asking that question to look up a picture of the yellow spotted lizard
No,
and
don't
then
bother. I'm gonna have a picture of it on
do a
screen.
split screen with a bearded dragon. And then you will have your answer on whether or not that is a real lizard.
Okay. All right,
I feel
continue.
like I knew that, but I don't
Nah,
know,
I did
man.
not know that. I thought a bearded dragon was the same as a Komodo dragon.
That is
What?
that is I feel like I have
This
provided enough
creature feature
information
is
into
a good segment. You know, I feel like Jake's got a lot to learn about
I
lizards.
do. I know nothing about reptiles.
I really feel like I provided enough pictures of Komodo dragons into this Discord that you should know the difference.
I don't look at your pictures you
Dude,
post.
Komodo dragons are cool, man. They like get a little bite on you, you know, and then they basically they're venomous. They'll poison you,
Is that
and then
true?
Surprisingly, you know
paralyze
what,
you.
Matt? I'm gonna give it to you. That is 100% true.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. They
Matt's
nick your
correct.
ass, you know, and then
That
they
being
chill
said,
and wait for your ass to fucking stop moving because you paralyzed, and then he gobbles you up like a
Matt,
damn gator.
you've spoken enough.
Matt, you should have stopped while you were ahead.
You have fallen apart.
What happened? Where'd I go wrong?
They do not have a paralyzing venom, and it's not a neurotoxin. It is
No, it's
a
not.
cytotoxin. It begins digesting you.
Oh
Oh,
no.
So
sheesh.
you do not fall into
Like mosquitoes.
passing out. You get you get digested and you
From the
pass out
inside
from
out.
pain. Well, normally you're bit on the outside, so from the outside out.
From the outside in, then to the outside.
Mhm.
Can we agree on that? Can we find common ground there?
I'll give you that one, I guess,
Hell yeah.
because what you said didn't make any sense.
All
So sure.
Continue before I interrupted with my hole.
Yeah, those lizards. In an effort to cut costs, the directors of holes, instead of making CGI lizards, utilized the bearded dragon, the most common pet lizard in the United States, as an actor in
Would
these
they
movies.
paint them?
They CGI'd the couple that did anything.
Yeah, I saw the
Anytime-
CGI ones. Yeah,
Anytime the lizards were just in a scene, it was just a bearded dragon.
there was the scene, and this is gonna be probably the most edited video I've ever done. But I'm also gonna put the scene on the screen where Shia LaBeouf and the short black kid are sitting in the hole holding the chest, and they're covered in them. Those are all Komodos.
Yeah, those. No, again, those are bearded dragons.
Okay, got you. What do they paint them?
No,
No, that's
That's
just
just
how they
what-
look.
that's just what a bearded dragon kind of looks like.
Huh.
So
Okay.
the times they were CGI, I just looked up a video to make sure I wasn't talking out of my ass.
What?
It's been a while since I've seen.
It doesn't
Holes.
matter. You can say, dude, everyone believed you. There was not a single person who was like, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about.
I believed him.
Look,
I believe
anyone that knows anything about reptiles, if I say anything wrong, they would be in the comments to point it out.
All right.
Because the
that's
only
fine.
thing that gives people an erection that care about reptiles is proving someone wrong. I haven't had an erection in 30 years because I haven't proved anyone wrong in a while.
Yeah, that's true. All right, continue the
All
snakes.
right,
If you remember
snakes.
where you were.
I'm assuming you want venomous.
Yeah,
I
venomous,
believe
please.
what I was talking
You were
about
talking
is
about the
three
three. Yeah.
truly life-threatening snake bites. I'll bump it to 4. Um, prairie rattlesnake.
All right, so now that you've gotten your story back, we actually have to take a short intermission.
What are you running ads in this
I
shit?
do. I have one ad this week. I got to run it, or they're gonna be pissed. So,
Very important.
Who advertised this shit show?
dude, I take what I can get at this point. This one I'm not too proud of, but it's Raid Shadow Legends. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, I take that money.
Hey, they pay well. So we'll be back right after this.
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends. Start now for free.
All right, you can go ahead.
What?
Hey, and we're back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial break. Make sure to use my code. The code is, what's the code, Matt?
Long John.
Is this a fucking meme? Like, what the fuck? I stopped talking for this.
Long John. Make sure to use the code Long John to get 30% off. And we are back with Matt and Charlie. Charlie was telling us a very interesting story about the 4 most poisonous snakes
That is not at all what I was talking
in the
about.
world. So, Charlie, please continue. I
And
apologize for the commercial break.
These are 4 venomous snakes. There is only one species of snake that is poisonous.
And which
and
one is
most
that?
That would be the keelback snake.
Gotcha.
Okay. What was I talking? So, in North America, I would say there are 4 life-threatening snake bites. There are plenty of incredibly painful snake bites, and this is in no way saying you cannot die from other snake bites or other venomous snakes biting you. It's actually very easy to die from venomous snakes biting you. If you just don't go to the hospital, you will probably die. But
That makes sense.
if you do go to the hospital, you will live. And if you get bitten by a venomous snake, I would say if you get to the hospital in a day, you're going to be all right. And the sad part is it's going to be very expensive, but you'll be fine. You'll live.
Well, my plan's to not go to the hospital. Am I right, fellas? We want to
you're
die
right.
over here.
Ayo.
Getting bit by a venomous snake
Hey.
and not going to the hospital is a pretty good way to die.
Is badass. Suicide is badass.
What's the
That
pain
is-
level on? What's the most pain? I want the most
Yeah,
painful.
if you get bit by a rattlesnake, I would suggest a eastern diamondback rattlesnake for where we live. Get bit by a nice big fat one of those, and you will have very high pain level.
Okay.
I'm
So-
writing this down.
4 truly dangerous, life-threatening snake bites in North America: prairie rattlesnake, a young Mojave rattlesnake is a very dangerous snake bite.
Is that because they can't
East-
control their venom glands?
This.
They can't.
Let me finish this before I
Okay,
talk
I'm
about
sorry.
that. God damn it.
Do the 4.
Okay. Eastern diamondback, just because of the venom load, they're gonna it's a hot bite, which is a venom injecting bite. If getting bit by an eastern diamondback, they're gonna pump you, and they're gonna put a lot of venom in
Ooh,
you.
that's hot.
And then a coral
Oh.
snake, which is the only colibrin, which is the species that are. It's just how they. It doesn't matter what the species is. It's a neurological venom. It's gonna shut down your nervous system and kill your brain and make you stop breathing. Coral snakes, luckily, are very passive, but like, do not pick up a coral snake because if it bites you, you could very easily die, even with hospital intervention. Now, let's tackle the baby snake thing.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about a second ago.
So, I'll do cottonmouths because I know the numbers on cottonmouths. All right, I know them enough to talk about them. With a cottonmouth, a large adult cottonmouth has a good bit of venom. They got a good number of venom in them. That being said, it takes time to gain venom, because they got to make it themselves. So if they use about 1/4 of their venom to hunt something. So they see a mouse, they bite it. They're gonna inject that mouse with 1/4 of their total venom, and then they're gonna eat it. So if you get bit by an adult cottonmouth, copperhead, my mistake, they could potentially give you all the venom, which would be a lot of venom, but they probably won't because then they won't have any venom to hunt with. They could give you no venom because they're trying to save it and they don't want to waste it on something they can't eat. Or they could give you a little bit of venom just to prove they're not fucking around, They want to make you hurt. With a baby cottonmouth or any other baby snake, it's like they can't control their pee. So they bite you and they're shooting it all in. But they don't have nearly as much venom as an adult does. So an adult could choose to inject you with a ton of venom, or it could choose to inject you with a little bit of venom. But with a baby, it is always going to inject you. Well, not always, because it could potentially not have any venom at the time because it bit something else or it spilt or something. If it bites you, it's going to shoot into you as much venom as it has. This could potentially be more than the adult snake, or it could be potentially less than the adult snake because the adult snake can control its venom.
So let's set it up like a scenario. Let's say I'm in the woods and I see one of these snakes. I see two of them. I had two snakes. Yeah. One of them's a baby, one's an adult. Do I run the risk of getting bit by the adult and hoping that it doesn't fill me up with its hot load?
Yeah, with the hot load.
Or do I get bit by the snake, the baby snake? And I know it's going to fill me with its hot load, but it's a small baby, so it won't be as bad.
You've gotten the gist of the point, which I will forgive the meaning, and I'll just pretend like I didn't notice.
Okay.
But there has to be a couple questions. Are you fucking with these snakes?
Yes.
Or you're fucking with them?
I'm fucking with them. I'm trying to kill them.
Okay, you're trying to kill them.
I've killed every snake I've ever seen.
Okay, that makes me feel really sad.
Like garden snakes, the little black racers.
There's no such thing as a garden snake.
Okay, black racers. Is that a type of snake?
That is a snake, but that is not the snake you were talking about.
Killed them all of them.
That's fucking despicable.
The only snake I've seen and I haven't killed is a king snake because my dad told me not to.
I would suggest you don't kill any snakes.
Jake has pictures of snakes on his wall. This is why he's learning about them, so he could mark them off, each breed that he's killed and seen.
I killed a snake one time, and I showed.
Got a kill list.
I showed my daughter the dead snake because I wanted to show her like what not to go near. And I was like, look, if you ever see one of these, don't you run away from it for one, and then you come get me, and then I'll hand it.
Jake, what are the 6 venomous snakes in Florida?
Well, I know. I don't know 4. I know the 4 venomous ones in North America.
There are much more than 4 venomous snakes in North America. What are the 6 venomous snakes in Florida?
Copperhead.
Yes.
A water moccasin.
Yeah.
A rattlesnake. Okay. A eastern rattlesnake. Can I say that?
Yeah, that's close enough to eastern diamondback.
So that's 3. That's all I got.
Oh, and how many types of snakes do you think live in Florida?
386. And that's actually a fact. There's 386 types of snakes in Florida.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
386.
I just fact checked it.
Different species of snakes in Florida.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that is incorrect.
Well,
as a person who knows most all of the snakes in Florida.
Well, I got a good 50% of the venomous ones, so.
Yes, but the point is, there are about 60 types of snakes, and 6 of them are venomous.
Okay.
And all of them are harmless as long as you don't fuck.
So you're saying there's a 10% chance a snake I'm going to run up on could cause harm to me?
You live in North Florida, there is a less than 10%. Because there is no way you're going to be seeing a pygmy rattlesnake. I would guess.
Yeah,
Eastern diamondback in a residential area is very low.
I live out in the
Timbers
boonies.
low.
I'm in the boonies.
Nah, you're not boony enough for a big ass
I,
rat.
I barely got connection here. And I lived
I
in Alabama,
I would
which I saw a
suggest-
big ass rattlesnake one time. It was the
I
size.
would
It was the
suggest
width
if you
of.
want me to continue to be on your podcast, you don't kill snakes.
Well, I'm going to continue to kill snakes, but I do want you to continue to be on the podcast. So I'm gonna let's do the rest of the snake bit because it's good. I think people are really liking this.
That is insane, honestly.
You're sharing a lot of really good information. Did he leave? Because I have OBS open.
He just came
Goddamn
back.
you.
Okay, you
There's
came back.
no-
Alright.
I would say there are very few reasons to actively kill snakes.
What if the biggest reason I kill a snake, and look, I don't come from a background of knowing about animals.
Yes, we know you hate animals.
I don't hate animals. Not all
You
animals.
do like killing them, though.
I don't mind killing them.
Well, he has no empathy for animals.
Look, if what if the reason
Neither
is,
did fucking Charlie Manson.
so well,
I'm sure Hitler loved animals, though. So you got
he
Yeah,
had
that
a
going for it.
Hitler had a dog. He did like dogs. So you could in a way say that I'm worse than Hitler because I don't like dogs, and Hitler did. So in a way,
Jake's a cat person.
Steve Bundy. He killed animals too.
yeah, most sociopaths and psychopaths kill animals.
That's not the
starting-
list. I'm talking about serial killers mainly kill and abuse animals.
I haven't killed multiple people.
Killed multiple animals though.
No, we want
Anyone who's listening to this podcast, I'm talking now to the
He's an
13
animal
people that
serial
aren't
killer.
Jake.
If I don't know if
He's
you
there
remember.
is-
so many
there is-
chickens.
Almost zero reason to kill snakes. 90% of snake bites are caused by people fucking with snakes. If you don't fuck with them, they cannot hurt you.
And Charlie, this is
You
why
take 2 steps back from any snake, it cannot, in any way, shape, or form, hurt you.
and this is why I had you on the podcast for the information that I don't have, and you've shared information with the viewers that I'm sure they're appreciative of. Me, as a viewer, I don't appreciate it, but I'm sure the majority of people do.
Snakes are harmless. I've been around probably more venomous snakes than probably anyone in this podcast and listening to this podcast. And I have never been in any danger. I actively look for venomous snakes when I go on hikes, and I actively interact with venomous snakes.
Well, you
It's
shouldn't
not
interact with them. Actually, you should step 2 feet back.
That is the level of interaction. I look at them and they get mad, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And
Charlie was actually the handler of the venomous snakes at the
And then Charlie kisses him.
zoo. See, I got you, man. I beeped
Yeah,
it.
Tucks
I
him in
do.
bed.
I do. Handle venomous snakes is not the correct terminology because
You looked
in
after
very
him.
rare cases do I put my actual hands on venomous
Yeah,
snakes.
you looked after him. You were their
Yes, I-
caretaker.
I've seen
Mainly
Charlie
we
handle
utilize
some
snake
snakes.
Yeah, Charlie handles long things.
Some thick
only when I'm
ones.
spanking it.
Spanking it on other boys. All right.
I have a picture of him in a three-way.
Spanking it. What's good?
I also have a picture of him with multiple other people handling one. That one didn't
Oh,
look
yeah.
venomous. That was more of a constrictor, I would assume.
That you would assume correct.
Hey
That was-
yo, I have snake knowledge. Well,
Yeah.
continue, please, unless you're done.
Um,
Matt, you better be thinking about your shit.
What
Oh,
else
I
can I
definitely
talk
wasn't.
about? I'm assuming most everyone in here is in North America.
And they probably all kill snakes and hate snakes, so you're really at the position where you need to convince them otherwise.
I mean, like, do these people like rats?
Probably not. No.
Yeah, well, then you should like snakes.
So I have a similar argument with my experience, and I have very little experiences, but the one experience I do have is raising chickens. And most people
So
would...
you're gonna tell me you've killed a bunch of rat snakes, I'm assuming is what you're going to.
No,
Yeah.
I look, personally, I've only killed like 3 snakes ever. And they were in my
You know what
yard.
their patterns look like?
No,
Can you describe the snake to me?
one was black, just completely black.
Yeah, that's not venomous.
I'm okay with that. And the other ones had color, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what they were. They were
Were they longer than 3 feet?
no, they were probably non-venomous as well. One
Then those
one was a
are
baby,
almost
and I saw it. I was cutting grass, and I saw it slithering through my yard. It was probably, dude, like 6 inches. And
Did it have a bright yellow tail? You'd remember if you
no,
saw it.
I did not.
Almost certainly non-venomous.
Okay, well, I ran that bitch over with my lawnmower, and I missed it. I missed it the first time, and so I turned back around and ran it over the second time. But like, my thing is
Green?
green. No, I don't know. Maybe like a brownish.
Brownish baby snake, non-yellow tail.
Doesn't
Could
matter.
be
It was
anything,
probably,
really.
look, 99% chance
Snakes.
it was non-venomous. But
You're making Charlie
So-
more.
Again, I would like everyone to know in this non-venomous, go ahead and just replace, whenever I say non-venomous, completely harmless.
yeah, like a dog.
No. Dogs kill way more people than snakes. And dogs kill way more people than non-venomous snakes.
So it's okay
Dogs
to
are
kill
dangerous.
dogs. Yeah.
A non-venomous snake is not dangerous.
Damn.
Dogs kill hundreds of people a year. Non-venomous snakes in North America kill 0 people a year.
See, this is things that people don't know. That's why I have you as an expert, an animal expert. See,
I would not like to be. I'm not an expert.
No, you're an expert.
You are a
compared to-
professional,
You're a
though.
professional. Look,
I would that.
I
is-
know
that's
a
true.
very popular podcast that has been talking about having an animal expert on for months now, and they haven't done it.
Who the hell is that?
I'm not going to name it. It's not worth naming. But the podcast that has had an animal expert on is the Goofy Fella Show. And this is why people come to it. For the intel. The
Like, I'm not
information.
an animal expert. I know a little bit about reptiles.
You've taught me things about...
Obviously, not enough if
No.
you're still out there killing baby ass snakes.
I haven't killed one in a while. But, like,
Please, next time you see, just send me a picture and let it slither on.
Okay, I will send you a picture after.
Don't send me pictures of dead snakes.
Why? It's gonna...
Because
Is that
it will upset me, and I will like ghost you for a week at least.
a week? You've
least.
ghosted me for months and months just because you're playing Dota 2.
Yes.
Well,
Next time I ghost you for months to play Dota, I'll add another week.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's talk about lizards. You don't kill lizards.
I
do
don't
you?
kill lizards, no. Actually, my daughter likes lizards at this point, and that's what I've been trying to get at the entire time, is my daughter and my wife really don't like snakes. And so if I were to see a snake and not try and kill it, they would be upset about that.
Suggest that you take
It's like a mob
Well,
mentality.
look,
kinda
my
thing.
wife listens to the podcast, and she'll listen to this one, and maybe it'll change her mind. She
Okay.
her mind can be changed. Mine cannot. Is the
The
problem.
goofy wife, if you're listening.
Well, I'm not the goofy fella. I want to make that
Oh.
clear.
I forgot, sorry.
Yeah,
The wife.
yeah, the
Um,
wife,
The wife.
the wife of
if
the
you're
host.
I know that you have seen me in times where I am an idiot
Like naked.
and not correct.
She's seen you naked.
But in this specific field, I do, in fact, know more about these kind of things than the average person. And, you know, most everything in Florida is not going to be dangerous to your young child. If you teach them if you teach anyone to, if you see a snake, not try to pick it up and instead keep your distance, In no way, shape, or form can a snake hurt you. A snake can only strike about 1 to 1.5 times its body length. So if a snake is 6 feet long, which no venomous snakes in Florida are, it can only reach about 6 or 4.5 feet. So if you take 1 to 2 big steps away from the snake, you're gonna be perfectly fine. No snake in the world
Bang!
actively tries to kill people because snakes can't eat people, and they want to kill stuff that they can eat because eating is good.
So, like, the main takeaway from that is to learn to respect
Questions?
them,
What I just broke down there.
not to fear them.
Oh, have
Well,
you
he's
been
trying
trying?
to say don't kill them, I think is.
Have you guys been trying to talk? Sorry, I accidentally turned down the
No,
volume.
like, the main takeaway I got from that is to respect snakes, but not to fear them.
Yes, that is correct.
Could I
Jake,
pair?
you've lived in Florida a long time. Are you scared of alligator?
Yeah, terrified.
No, okay, goddamn
Are
it.
you
Then
not scared of an alligator?
I am not scared. No damn water dog.
You've lost your mind. Could
I
I?
respect the water dog,
But
but
look,
I'm not scared.
I understand the snake point of view because you can see it most of the time. I can see a snake and it's like, oh, I'm going to take some steps back. An alligator is trained to sit in the water, right at the water line, and just attack you because it can't see you and just eat you.
What you have described is a crocodile. Alligators do not hunt prey the size of human beings. I would suggest your toddler and anyone that is small to make sure you stay wary around the water's edge. But an alligator does not hunt a grown human being.
Okay. I did not know that. I didn't know the difference between alligators and crocodiles, and I apologize. Could I make
Crocodile.
could I
Oh,
make
go ahead.
a connection between the snakes and firearms for a second? Would that be all right?
Sure, I don't know where you're going with it, but
So the fire. I don't know where I'm going with it either. I thought
pretty
you
fair.
would. I thought you would say no. If I'm being honest with you,
I mean, I got no idea. Like, you can't wield a snake, you know? You can't shoot someone with a snake.
I go grab a snake, throw it at someone. But if I just
I can, if you grabbed a snake and threw it at someone, there's a very good chance it would be like, what the fuck, I'm flying in the air, and not be out there trying to bite someone.
not until it lands on them.
If someone threw a diamondback rattlesnake at me, I would like my chances of not getting bit.
I would respect that, and I would just die. I would be okay with getting bit. If someone was badass enough
I
to
would say
grab a rattlesnake and chuck it at me, I deserve to die in that situation. I've angered that person to the point where they're risking their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can see it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was going somewhere with it when you're talking about, it won't hurt you if you just leave it alone type of thing.
Yeah, I guess maybe if I can see your point, a gun won't kill anyone if no one picks it up.
Yeah, if no one picks it up and you just leave it where it is and leave it alone and let it do its job, then it's fine.
Luckily, that's the exact reason why people buy guns, so they can put them on the ground and never use them.
Well, that's where all mine are, in my closet, and I don't touch them. I don't touch them 99% of the time. The only
You're
time
one in a million.
I touch them to go make sure that they're not chambered and they're safe. And
That's so
the other part of that 1% of the time would be, and I've never had to do it, but if I ever had to grab one to protect myself. And so there's people that play with guns and it's people that do stupid shit with guns. If you do stupid shit with a snake and you go play with a snake, something bad's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, 75% of snake bites are due with people picking up snakes.
Yeah, it's the people that are the problem, not the snake.
Of course,
It's kind of
you are the problem.
It's kind of my connection to the gun argument I had.
Yes,
But
I agree.
it's honestly not worth talking about, and it's not important. What I want to know, for one, is if Matt has been thinking about anything he would like to talk about.
That's a negative.
If he has his spiel, which I know the answer to, and you obviously know the answer to.
Have you ever ate a powdered donut and feel like it tasted like rubbing alcohol?
I've never tasted rubbing alcohol.
Have you drank vodka?
That's what rubbing.
You know what, Matt? You got me.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, I've never tasted a powdered donut that tastes like that.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. All right.
That's all I had. Thanks for
Can we
coming.
talk about
Hey, thanks for coming by.
more?
His TED talk. It was so good.
I fucking have spoken for 30 minutes. Matt gets his point across in 5 seconds.
Nah, it was good. I think I preferred Matt's, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
I think you both have conveyed some very good information to us both.
I mean, we can end it off with some would you rathers.
Those are always good. Let's thank Charlie for his good information he shared.
All right. Yep, you did great.
just
Very
like
good.
when I talked to the guests at the zoo, I feel like I've accomplished nothing, and they were going to continue.
You have talked to a lot of people who have good taste, and they've listened to this podcast. And
The one thing I like about the state I live in is it is actually a class 3 misdemeanor to kill snakes.
really,
Yes.
any snake.
Any snake, anytime, for
Wow.
any reason. Because, and I feel like I've said this, there is very few opportunities where killing a snake, I feel, is the correct answer.
What don't you like about the state you live in?
The city. I hate living in cities, and I want to shoot myself.
Okay.
Luckily, if I walk outside my apartment at night, someone will do it for me.
That's good. That is true. And I wish I could mention the state you live in and the city you live in. I'm going to go ahead and say, because I forgot to say it at the top, make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Today we're going to allow our guest, Charlie, because Matt's going to be a reoccurring guest. Charlie, you're more than welcome to be a reoccurring guest, but so far you're just a guest. What would you like today's comment to be about? There's usually a topic. Episode 1 was beard advice.
I don't have a beard.
Well, don't do beard. But what would you like people to comment about?
Talk about snakes.
Snakes,
You know?
their experiences. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, like literally anything. Just if you've seen a snake, if you talk to a snake, if you're bit by a snake,
Yeah.
if you have a snake.
If you've
just
ever
talk
talked to a snake, please, for the love of God,
Harry
comment.
Potter, get your ass in
Get
here.
your ass in here, you
We have a-
parcel tongue
We have a
motherfucker.
really,
What?
really big retic.
How do you
like-
understand that, but you didn't understand my sword of Gryffindor?
I chose not to understand.
Okay,
it.
that's fair.
We have a
So let me
almost
know down in the
20-foot
comment.
reticulated python, and people be like coming in trying to talk parcel tongue to it.
Yeah,
It's the cringest shit in the world.
that's
I
so cringe.
I hope.
mean, I did it, but it's cringe.
Matt,
Are we still recording?
yeah, we're good. I got
hope-
an article to talk about.
I hope that was a struggle to understand what he was saying behind my goofy talk.
We couldn't understand
you-
what you were saying. He overflood you.
Oh, I told the guy that was
That's not fair. Turn me up.
Turn up.
Turn him up.
What comment did you want people to leave, Matt?
If they've ever had an acetone donut.
An acetone donut, yeah. If you've ever eaten a powdered donut and it tasted like rubbing alcohol and or vodka, leave a comment. Let us know. I got
Let me know what brand it is.
I got a news article for you real quick. And this kind of goes into the animal thing we've been dealing with.
If it's animals, I'm animals.
It's a dog.
Okay.
This was May 28th, 2021. So it's actually old. I didn't notice the 2021, and you guys have probably seen this. There was a man that was arrested for training a dog to throw bricks at people ringing his doorbell. So like the dog would be above the doorbell, and if the doorbell rang, he would go grab a brick and drop it onto the head of the person ringing the doorbell. And he was arrested for this. Do we think that that is justified or not?
Well, hold on. So there's proof that he trained it.
I think he admitted to it.
Oh, okay.
But
That, or you could just fucking like ring the doorbell and a brick falls on your head. That seems pretty easy to prove.
yeah, it'd be proved. But I don't know if he should go to prison for it.
Well, what is the? Did they die?
I don't think they died. No one
I
died.
mean,
it's not a
I'm
manslaughter.
assuming no
charge.
one successfully got hit in the head with a brick.
It's a dog. I mean, he's trying his best.
What country was this in?
China.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think their first
I
mistake.
mean, hell, they
was China.
they put fucking people in prison for protesting in China. So
Yeah.
attempt murder seems like a fine reason to go to prison in China.
And there's a comment on the article that says something about like it's not the worst thing they do to dogs in China. I thought that was pretty funny.
I've seen some serious sick videos back when Facebook was still in its infancy. You know, like I've seen some serious video. Like they would skin the dogs alive at these factories, right? Like the dog would still be hanging from a chain, right? It'd be alive, and they'd unhook it, literally like slice it right down the stomach and skin it alive, and then they would throw the dog alive onto a pile of literally 100 other skinned dogs.
Yeah, Chinese people give a shit about animals about as much as Jake does.
What I think was what fucked me up from that video the most is you watched the animal. It's like a muscled dog. Just all you see is its muscles, and he still stands and looks up and around because he's still alive.
Thanks, Matt. Now I'm sad.
That is pretty
Yeah,
sad.
man, that's probably the most fucked up animal abuse from China I've seen.
Yeah, but they don't.
That gave me a different aspect on their country, I think.
I did a really funny Japanese accent today, where it was like, "Hori Kanori, thank you for bringing that to my house." But then someone told me that wasn't Japanese. I had to do more guttural and deeper. Like,
They kind of sounded Indian.
did it? I
At the end, it sounded like a little,
yeah,
you know, like
for my
It
house.
You remember the guy from, Short Circuit?
Mm-hmm.
That's who you sounded like.
That was a white man.
Yeah, the white. That's the point. The white man pretended
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, so he just went into like Mexican and Indian, and
He's going all over the world.
He went all over the place. But their complaint was it wasn't deep enough. It's like, oh, respect for my family. Yeah, that's how you have to do a Japanese accent. But I see all Japanese people as like really short and timid. So
Hey, when you ask for the comments, that means it was a different video, and I'm not a part of this part.
yeah,
right?
you're not a part of any of this. I'm going to go over this one. I don't know if you guys have heard of this petition for Jeff Bezos to eat the Mona Lisa. Have you seen this petition?
no.
But can't anyone in
Okay.
the world start a petition?
I agree.
Well, hey, thanks for coming. Charlie, Matt, it was a pleasure having you guys.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we can have you back soon. Matt, hopefully I'll give you a good week to think of something that you want to talk about. And you're going to try and top your donut story, but I don't think that's possible.
I think that's my peak.
All right.
That's my top.
Hey man, you can keep hoping I come back, but
Well,
shot.
we'll see what the people say. We'll see if they want you back.
Creature feature.
We need another creature feature. You do your thing, and then one day you're going to be talking to someone
This
at the
time you
zoo.
can talk about pigs.
You're going to be talking at the zoo, and you'll be like, damn, this beat good on the podcast.
Talk about some hogs.
And you let me know. We'll start it up.
Oh.
All right. Thanks for watching.